What's going on? It's Justeeni here. It's no secret that Polaris is the most broken tribe currently in the game. It's not even remotely close. Like, you can talk about like, oh, Yadek meta, or Luxor is so strong, or I'm a... None of that even comes close to Polaris. And if you guys think otherwise, you're wrong. You just are. Like, in Polychamps, in the team games, Polaris is the only tribe that is 5 points on archi. Because yeah, they use a point system because tribes are not created equal. But on archi, there has never been a tribe so unbelievably stupid. Like, I just can't even put into words. This tribe does pretty much everything better. Like, you think, oh, like, well, at least Keku, Aquarian, and Luxor stand a chance. They don't! They don't! I tried to find some games like with random matches on archi, and the only times when I wasn't going against Polaris was because I was going against a low elo player that didn't know what they were doing on archi. Whenever you are going against a competent player, you are going against Polaris. You have to play it on archi. That's the only option. In fact, I literally could not find a game of Polaris versus Keku, Aquarian, or Luxor because nobody's playing it. Even though like Luxor is like actually good in archi and Keku and Aquarian are like some of the best, nothing comes close to Polaris. So unfortunately, again, I really tried to find some games to show how much better Polaris is than those other tribes, but I think it speaks volumes, the fact that I couldn't even find a match against those tribes because nobody's playing those other tribes. So instead I'm going to show you a game against Polaris, because why not? While it's almost impossible to find a game against a tribe other than Polaris, at least the Polaris mirror match is a very technical and very skill-based matchup. I mean, most matchups are in this game, but there really is a lot to unpack with these games. I have like no clue what I'm doing half the time, but yeah, let's get right into it. I go with the warrior opening here because I want my warrior to go up here, and yeah, sending the mini there isn't going to do too much. I'm not getting like an outpost connection. And another thing also to note is that like post-update, Polaris has gotten better on archi, and you're going to see that shown off a little bit here as well, because I wanted to make a video about them because of that, and I feel like it's just worth making a video about them. Like, have you guys seen my Polaris until I lose? You should. I won't spoil how well exactly I did, but I will say I won a lot of games in a row without losing, because yeah, Polaris is pretty good. And you can see right away one of the reasons why this tribe is so stupid. Look at this. This is their starting tech, by the way. Let's put one of the best naval units for exploration in the game. You know, just a cheap 5-star unit. They start with it. They have a tech that they can trade more of these, and they have outposts. It's like the equivalent of starting with sailing and fishing, all in one. But yeah, I get some nice connections here. I can place another outpost if I wanted to further upgrade my capital. This density is phenomenal, by the way. But things go south pretty quickly. I spam a lot of moonies, and now the sleds. The other overpowered thing about Polaris. Oh my goodness. Yes, these things cost 5 stars, by the way. And skate's been reworked a bit. It says it's double movement. It is no longer the case. It is not double movement, actually. Instead, sleds get 3 movement on ice, but that is still a lot. That's the same as a scout or a rammer or anything else. And they've escaped. Goodbye. Yeah. So I need sledding myself. But at least, like, sleds have a weakness. Also, the break ice. This is where the mirror match gets very technical. So I can smack this down. Train some units. They break some more ice. Trying to be very tricky here. I can get a nice freeze here. And yeah, make some more stuff. Try to break through here a little bit. Get some moonies for freezing. But hey, here's the weakness of sleds. When they go on land, then they can't escape anymore. And previously, before the update, when a sled was on land, it could only move one tile off of land, unless you use like roads, because the way that Skyward worked is it kind of worked similarly to roads, so it interacted with roads. That's no longer the case. Like, if a sled is like right here, it can move the full 3 tiles. And same with Moonies. If Moonies are on land, they can move the full 2 tiles. It used to be the case they only moved 1 tile. Thing is, you see sleds like in Moonies move the full distance on cities because these count as roads, actually. Fun fact. Cities do count as roads. You don't think about it much, but it did apply with Polaris before the update a lot, which made them a very weird tribe to try and learn because they really use those deep mechanics that nobody thinks about, which makes them an interesting tribe, but you don't really appreciate the nuances out of the mirror matchup because they're kind of stupid. Anyway, I get this really nice breakthrough here. They broke this ice earlier, but I refreeze it back up, and now I'm attacking here. I'm kind of letting them get this, but I've got this all-in attack here. They have to defend. They kill my Moonies. They're securing this. They freeze here. This is a really good freeze, except I can actually reach this Moonie and kill it. I'm going to be able to hold on here, hopefully. I make a warrior, capture, and so we have like a little bit of a race here. I get the sled. They're capturing these, but I'm trying to take away their cities. They get the siege and the veteran sled. I can't unsiege that, so now they're stealing my cities. I'm stealing theirs. They're freezing. They're trying to slow me down, and I need to slow them down too. I can kill this Moonie again by freezing this ice tile. You see this? I couldn't reach this Moonie before, but by moving the Moonie over here, I think that's where I moved it, right? Yeah. Yeah, move it here, freeze it. Now that's their capital. And I can also kill this. Clear the way, siege the capital, freeze this, send all this up. Siege the city. Oh my goodness. Now hunting. Why hunting? I want a Gami. Not only that, I don't just want a Gami, but there's something really important I need here. Outpost. And I need the space to train a Moonie, because I want to freeze this sled and keep it here, so then they can't spam more units and advance their attack. I'm just gonna freeze their attack, so to speak. You know, because I'm freezing their unit. But how do they unsiege this capital? Well, they're gonna use the Grand Bazaar that they just got from capturing 6 cities. I only have 4 cities. I need to make a move, but I have this pressure on the capital, and oh my goodness, let's siege this. I'm just gonna smack this Gami like crazy. I still cannot believe, by the way, that they got rid of the freeze nerf. Why? Sorry, but yeah, their Gami's getting absolutely destroyed. They unsiege here. They freeze. They can pop another Gami, but they can't unsiege here. The sled was frozen. And they resign. That's it. Their entire position is falling apart. Absolutely crazy game. Ice fishing because I can get a Gami in this city pretty easily. Gate of Power as well for my first Gami. Oh yeah, also, yeah, I want to talk about Gamis too. They're the best super unit for Archi, and it's not even close. Giants are good on Archi. Dragons aren't. Centipedes are okay. Crabs are good. But Gamis are just way better than the rest. I know before I've said that Gamis are overrated, but I've since realized, yeah, no, they're pretty good on Archi. It's really maps like Lakes where they suffer a bit more when there's more land units involved. But on water, they're pretty stupid. Yeah. So, you know, as if like the sleds and the minis weren't good enough, and the outposts that they start with. But yeah, I have a bunch more Polaris games, but I think for the sake of time, yeah, I just want to show you this one Polaris game and then complain about Polaris and how stupid they are. I think I mentioned this, literally the same idea as in the beta video. Why not just have Polaris not have any starting techs, but then give them 7 starting stars, and then maybe like swap fishing and like rotate these techs around, like have sledding be here, fishing be here, and then frostwork be here. I think that would make a lot more sense. That's like a more conventional tech tree as well that you see with like all the other tribes. And if they start with no tech and 7 stars, they have a bit of a slow start, but I think that's fine. They have like nice options, like the Ice Archers got buffed, Ice Swords got buffed, which I like. I do like how the skate mechanics changed. Yes, it does make Polaris more broken on Archi, but you know, at the end of the day, like if they want to actually fix Polaris on Archi, they have to focus on like fixing the root of the issue. Like reworking skate, even if they did nerf it, Polaris is still gonna be stupid on Archi. But yeah, Midge1, please fix this tribe, and also maybe try some Polaris on Archi. You'll probably play a mirror match, and it'll actually be pretty fun because there's a lot of intricacies to this that, like, I'm like practically a beginner to this in terms of knowledge. There's so much to this, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Like and sub, and have a good one.